All right, how's it going, everybody? I got to do a new comment response video because you guys have left a zillion comments in the last, I don't know, we're gonna try to get through them all. Anyway, here we go. First comment from my first time spelunking in the bedbug cave is from Tracy Wilkie. She says, great video, Brian. I used to take my kids spelunking when they were younger. It was a family favorite outing. Take care and have fun. Tracy Wilkie. Well, thank you very much, Tracy. I appreciate you. And yes, that was a lot of fun. I have not really ever done it before, but now that I know what to expect, I will be doing it again. Comment on the 7-window Dodge. It's just a bunch of emojis. Got another comment from Tracy Wilkie on my responding to the comments video, and it says one of these days, hopefully sooner than later. I'm not sure what that means. We're not doing replies. New comment on keeping it rural, dogs, Mopars, and music. Tracy Wilkie again says, I love that rumble. And that dog Hazel is sweet, but she looks like a Matilda to me. Well, you guys will be happy to know that Hazel has been renamed. Her new name is Mesa, and her middle name is Boogie. So, and I'm not gonna lie, that was my idea. Page Creative Designs on a live from Hoagie's house says she's sorry she missed it. I wanted to see Graham live in action one more time. Graham will be down in Quartzsite this winter, maybe not. All right, next conversation is going to be comment on the 87 El Camino SS from Old Soul Pammy. It says both the SS and Choo Choo Custom was a factory direct custom. The grill was designed to look like a Monte Carlo. All right, good to know. Thank you, Pammy, for leaving that comment. Comment on that Econoline 4x4 150 van. And that's like the best performing short in the history of the channel. It says, did I ask them about the Squatch? No, I never even got a chance to talk to them. Unfortunately, I would have liked to have, though. Comment on a beautiful waterfall in Nomad Life from Derek Van Kirk says, man, that is beautiful. That really was. That's not even a comment. Not a comment. Not a comment. Here's a comment. Nope, that's not a comment either. No replies. No replies. Comment on responding to your comments from Tracy Wilkie. Says, this is actually on a Bisbee video. My apologies. It says, I spent a week in Bisbee Juvenile Detention Center when I was 16 and ran away from home in Tampa, Florida. I was on my way to California to be on the TV show Dance Fever with Danny Terrio. I had big dreams. That's awesome. I think I said this before, but there's a couple commenters on this channel I would love to sit down and have a cup of coffee or two with. Tracy is one of them. Old Soul Pammy is another one. On 12 hours till Alaska Adventure Takeoff from Joseph 5348 says safe travels. Thank you. I appreciate that. Keeping it rural, dogs and music from Motley Rue says Hazel's name should be Betty Mamma Jamma. That's a great name. We got one on Keeping It Rural and the 57 Thunderbird and the Yako Dogs from Motley Rue. Says that freaking Thunderbird is gorgeous. And I loved all the green everywhere. You know, that was one thing it took me a minute to get used to in Pennsylvania, was how freaking green it was. And I lived there for a long time. I just kind of forgot. We got another one on name Hazel and someone says Betty. We got a comment on the 7-window Dodge pickup, and the Pool Guy 101 says it has 9 windows, and the Pool Guy 101 is absolutely correct. Another comment on the Choo Choo Customs 87 Monte Carlo from 007X says that Euro cap front end is absolutely beautiful. It is. You guys remember when Monte Carlo SS there was the Aero Coupe that had that big puffy back window? I think the Pontiac Grand Prix had that as well. If you remember that and you're watching this, leave me a message on this and you'll be in the next comment reply video. Comment on moving from the Sonoran Desert to, wow. So this is on a video from a couple of years ago. This is from moving from the Sonoran Desert to the Rocky Mountains 2 months later. The adventure update. And it is from I am the Yorkie Mom. Got that right. It says, this is a long comment. So, thank you so much for this encouragement. It's exactly what I needed to hear right now. I'm 71. I'm living in Phoenix for 20 years. I was only supposed to be here for 5. I get that. And finally contemplating selling my place here, buying a tiny home, and moving to Durango after ruling out Santa Fe. I was doing research and your video title caught my eye immediately. When I was younger, I was a lot like you. I never actually lived in my Subaru Forester, but I came close. I also like to get up and go, usually having no trouble finding work. But now I have all this stuff, and an interstate move seems overwhelming. Well, I think it's time to just let all the things that are holding me back go from everything and enjoy my third life and go. I agree with you there. And I certainly thank you for the video, which seems to be lighting the fire under me that I can't ignore. My fiance died during the pandemic, and I am sure he put your video in my feed. Thanks, and all the best to you. I am the Yorkie Mom. Thank you for that comment. That's awesome. And if I got one piece of advice to you, is freaking do it. You'll be glad you did. New comment on that 67 New Yorker and the D&L trail from my buddy Ron Jeremy 5796. He says, another cool car, great video. Like I said before, you are a magnet for cool vehicles. Thanks, Ron. I appreciate that. And I just got an eye for them, you know. And big thing is, I'm not prejudiced. I like them all. Derek Van Kirk left a comment on that super rare Buick LeSabre, one of 431 that I saw sitting rotting away in the bushes. He said it's sad to see it sit there. It is. It's that's a bogus, man. I'm bummed that that sits there. Another comment on the 67 New Yorker and the D&L trail from Tracy Wilkie says, another wonderful video. Thank you, Brian. Another wonderful comment. Thank you, Tracy. Comment on 2022 Mercedes. This is on one of the videos on David and Diana's rig from back in the day, and Tracy Wilkie just left a bunch of hearts and stuff, so that's cool. What else we got? Next one is going to be comment on the 2008 Coachman, my brother's Coachman. Ron Jeremy says, I've had good luck with the 6.0 nice rig. And yeah, I mean, 6-liter LS motors are one of the best engines in existence, if you ask me. We got a comment on my first time spelunking, and it says, how long are you going to be on your trip in Alaska? From Motley Rue. I have no idea. Won't be there till we get back. We're just kind of winging it. We got another comment on the spelunking from our good friend Sarah Jane up in the Great Lakes area. Says, hi Brian, I finally watched The Wraith yesterday. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for the movie recommendation. My pleasure. And if you haven't seen The Wraith, you should. Really great movie. Comment on that early 60s single cab that I saw from Ron Jeremy. He says he loves it. I agree, I liked it too. Another comment on the Buick LeSabre. Just a Law says there's a reason they only made a limited of them. Yeah, there is. But it's not because it had a bad motor, because the GNX motor, I think, was at least the second fastest motor of 87, if not the first. Smoked a Corvette. Oh no, the fastest one was the Pontiac Trans Am 3.8 liter turbo V6 that was in the pace car. That was the best performing motor of 87. All right, back to the situation at hand is on eating healthy, and it says, all the pies you are showing me are the nastiest things I've ever seen. This is from Just the Law, and I think he's one of those people that's just hurting for attention, so we'll give him some. 67 Chrysler New Yorker from Paige says, I've been loving all the cool cars. Thanks for sharing. Also, that purple car was my favorite to see. I'm sure she's referring to that 71 Dodge Challenger. We got a lot of comments about that one. Living in a Toyota 4Runner day 2. Driving to Alaska from Sarah Jane. Says, I knew you were going to be in a 4Run, but I never gave it away. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Another comment on the 440 lead sled. It says Breakaway Motorsports. It says, ha, lead sled. Just what I thought when I saw that. Nice ride. We got to bring that back, lead sled. We got a comment on MRE issues, which was from a year ago when I got my first case of MREs and they didn't work right. And it is from Richard O'Toole, 1811. I had the same issues, have to lean towards heater obsolescence. Well, I'm pretty sure that they just all got activated or something, but either way, it was the heaters. You're correct. We don't need that. We got another comment on the 67 New Yorker 440. It says, from Joseph, 5348, says, luxury cars with big block 440s are very cool. Hell yeah, brother, they are. That's a reply. We don't do replies. New comment on broken van, ride your bike. And this is from Tina the Outsider. How you doing, Tina? She's up in Michigan. I think she was in Indiana while we were there. We might have just missed each other. She says, hey, Brian, catching another one of your vids and watching to see what you were up to back then. I wish I had an electrical foldable bike I could pick up and ride too, but for now, I'll just watch you. Take care. All right, well, here's a piece of advice to all you aspiring YouTubers, and I can't guarantee this. I did make a short about this, and maybe there'll be some comments. In fact, I'll wait till that. Anything you want, though, I will say, talk about it in a video. And we'll parlay on that later. Free Camper Man, my boy E, on the last day of Pennsylvania says, yo, that's too expensive. And I believe he's talking about one ups and one downs up there at Coney Island Lunch. I still think they might have made a mistake. If not, that's ridiculous. Comment on, we picked up a new ride and got slammed. It's from Derek. It says, praying for you guys, safe travels. That was just all about all that crazy weather we got when I got into Kentucky. Next one is picking up a new ride, Insane Storms. And it's from Motley Rue. And she says, I like that War Runner name. That is a good name. I like that. Next one's going to be on another one on that one again. And it is from Orion McKay 1. And it says, nice rig. And Orion McKay 1 is the person who first suggested the War Runner name. So I don't want that to be forgotten because that is a good name. Next one we got, May 20th we're up to. So we're getting there. This is on the video I was just referring to. How to get sponsors and paid collaborations on your YouTube channel today. And we got some smiley faces from Tracy Wilkie. She always leaves me smiley faces. First time spelunking from Alan Tremblay 554. Hey, they use king size bed ? I have no idea. Driving to Alaska, day 2 from Patio. Good thing, traveling Patio. Make sure you check her channel out. Her van's coming along really good. It says, awesome. I'm glad to see you're having fun. And yes, we're having lots of fun out here. 2 replies we don't do. My good friend Beverly Adventures. Nope, sorry, wrong. She left a comment that says, good to see you guys out and I'm enjoying your travels. New reply on blah, 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 blah. We don't do replies. Sorry about that. Someone subscribed, that's cool. Mr. Walker subscribed. Nomad Sunset and Quartzsite. This is an old one too. And it's from Traveling Timothy. And he said, thanks, brother. I remember that cat, man. He's the dude. He's got a cat on a leash. So that's cool to hear from him again. Nope. New comment on day 3 in a Toyota 4Runner from Derek Van Kirk. Says, so I guess you guys will be nowhere near me. And no, unfortunately, I think we're going to be crossing into Canada up around Glacier National Park. New comment on picking up a new ride and some, there we go, Beverly Adventure says, let's go, safe travels. Good to hear from you, Bev. Hope you're doing well up there in Utah. Here's one on easy way to get sponsors from Caroline Hannah 3283. And she says, when companies send you products to try out, do you have to return them? No, you keep them and you do whatever you want with them. So that's the best reason to get sponsors, is because you get the things that you need without having to pay for them. And you just got to make a couple videos, and the more videos you do, the more sponsorships you get. Mischief Maker commented on living in a Toyota 4Runner, and Mischief says, tailgate racks never survive the Alcan Highway. Good luck. I appreciate that piece of advice. We're going to disprove that theory, or we're going to prove yours, one or the other. New comment on a 440 Challenger. What do you guys think of that thing, man? That plum crazy purple big block 4-speed Challenger my buddy Gar had. A lot of comments. A lot of people like that video. And Deborah McKinley 2295 just gave some purple hearts. Another comment on dodging hailstorms and tornadoes in the Midwest from Tracy Wilkie 5351. I should always put that behind her name. And she says that video is not lame at all. I'm enjoying tagging along. Good to see you, Mr. Bad Weather, and watching you make your coffee made me want to have another cup. Take care and have fun. Thanks for always supporting the channel. Tracy, you are awesome. Another comment on my brother Greg's 24-foot Coachman from Trina 7410 says, wow, nice rig, vintage van life. That's exactly what I want. And looking for it. It's the same year as my car. All right, well, good luck out there. I hope you find one, because they are really good rigs. That one only has 23,000 miles that my brother got. He got a smoking deal on that. I never knew there was so much sand in Nebraska video. And Ron Jeremy 5796 said, hey, the jam band Mo has a great song about Nebraska. I've listened to Mo, but I've never heard that song. So I'm going to do that today while we're driving to Teton National Park. Thanks for that comment, Ron Jeremy. Another one on the Coachman from Trina 7410 says, I really enjoy. Keep me informed on it. Safe travels and enjoy Alaska. I appreciate that. New comment on the 67 Big Block 440. We got a lot of comments on that one. And it's from Mick G 1162. And it says, bro, that thing is beautiful. I'm born and raised in Ireland. We don't get to see these motors ever. They are very rare. Well, thank you for tuning in from Ireland, man. I'm really glad to have you as a channel watcher, and I'm glad you like that big block. Keep paying attention, because we're going to have more big block Chryslers. There's a lot of big block Chryslers on this channel. Another comment on day 3, living in the Toyota 4Runner. Aunt Edna. Tracy Wilkie says, moving right along. And yeah, I was surprised how many people didn't quite initially get that Aunt Edna joke. But I hope you get it now. If not, go watch Chevy Chase and National Lampoon's Vacation. You'll get it then. We got a new comment on picking up the new ride and insane travel plans from my boy Mellow Nomadic Adventures. Marshall says, I dig that suggestion too, Orion McKay. And I believe he's referring to the War Runner name. New comment on how to get sponsors from RVing with G, my boy. I heard he just made it up into Oregon now. He says, I'll get there. I need internet to get videos out. Okay. Start talking about Starlink. You know what I mean? It's all connected. Paige, Creative Designs, commented on my Rancid post. All right, so I don't know if you guys saw this. I made a post of a video link from a cover band I was in about 30 years ago. We were rocking an old Rancid song. And Paige says, you were all so cool back then. I want to hear stories sometime. And I believe my reply to that comment might have been something along the lines, well, I don't know if we were cool back then, but we were a lot younger. Dodging hailstorms from ePro Hoda says, well, travel log. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Crossing the Midwest. Heck, this is just a members video right now. You guys haven't even gotten this one released yet. Crossing the Midwest, May 21st, 2025 says, such a great video. Thank you, Brian. Did you get any fireworks? I wouldn't have been able to resist. Be safe out there. We did stop at a place that the biggest fireworks, if you guys didn't get it, make sure you watch that video when it comes out, because we go to the biggest fireworks store and see the biggest boxes of fireworks I didn't even know they existed. So yeah, check that out. Dodging hailstorms across the Midwest from Tracy Wilkie again. I love her. I'm trying to get my plans going, saving some money, selling some stuff. I am chomping at the bit to get out there on the road with y'all. It's coming together though, slowly but surely. Y'all are awesome. Tracy, you are awesome, and I can't wait to see you out on the road. Vintage van life. Oh, that's a reply. We don't do those. I do appreciate the replies, but if I did the replies, we'd be here for days. So, dodging hailstorms in the Midwest, and it says that van looks like an awesome rig, and I'm pretty sure they're referring to David and Diana's. And it is. We're going to get you guys a tour of that van one of these days. Yesterday on the way here, I went live in Wyoming on the road, and we got some comments on that. And Motley Roo says, I didn't get to finish my comment before the live ended. I was wondering if this will be your first time in Alaska. Yes. Check out the village, Tatacana, if you can. It's a pretty neat little town, or it was when I was there in '92. I got it on a list. I really don't know what's going on. I did get an email today from my good friend Ivan Dennis, a very talented songwriter up there. And I haven't gotten back to him yet, but hopefully we're going to hook up with him and make a little bit of music along the way. How cool would that be? And maybe even my friend Cage Free, too. But she's a tough one to get a hold of. Another one on the Rancid cover. And she says I should share the Australian rockumentary. Well, you guys can dig through this channel in the history, and the Australian rockumentary is there. If you want to find that, maybe one day when I have a real slow day, I'll post a comment on the, or I'll make a post about it and put a link on it. Living in a Toyota 4Runner Day 2, driving to Alaska from Out and About -GF3NX. Traveling Torpedo for the name. I love my old Toyota 4Runner. All right, we'll put that on the list. Thank you for your comment. Crossing the Midwest again from Paige says, your videos always make me laugh. There are Shields in Chandler, Arizona. It's pretty new. It opened within the last year. All right. Yeah, we were at a Shields All Sports in that one. That's a fun store, man. If you guys haven't been to one, check it out. At least check the video out. We got a comment from Ron Sees America. And it's just on a post. I made a post with a picture that Paige made for our Alaska adventure, and Ron just said, that's nice. Ron's a nice guy, man. Go check him out. Ron Sees America. He's a good dude. Another one live from the road, and it is from user Z. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. It's a user, so that's not a real account, or not a permanent account. And it says, I haven't been able to catch up with you lately. Mom fell and broke her butt. Glad to see you're doing well. Take care. I'll try to stay in touch. Well, I am sorry that your mom fell and broke her butt. That sucks. Tell your mom we hope she has a speedy recovery. Dodging tornadoes from Sarah Jane says, I use my AeroPress with the inverted method, and I steep it for 4 minutes. Having coffee right now. I don't know what this inverted method is. Leave me a link or something like that in a comment. Starting to get close now to the end. This video came out this morning, and this is on that 1958 Ford Fairlane convertible. I think they might have called them Highliners. Derek Van Kirk says, why does this remind me of the Batmobile? Derek, I'm not exactly sure why, but when I first saw this thing, I can recall that there was a Batmobile instinct that overtook me as well. Oh, coming to the end now. Got another comment on day 3. And Molly Roo says, now I see Aunt Edna. It's going to be interesting when you cross the border. Yes, yes it is. Truth is, though, it's just really a clam tent that's wrapped up in that Aunt Edna. And finally, last but not least, I had to go into the Walmart at Casper. And I'm going to tell this story to everybody, and this is a good way to end it. Yesterday, I had to go to Walmart to get something. And I was looking for Tupperware, or Tupperware-like items. And I found a girl in the food section looking at her phone. And it was social media, it wasn't work stuff. And she was completely useless. We'll just call her Karen. Before she was even done talking, I walked away from her because I knew she wasn't going to be able to help me. And then the next person I bumped into had a name tag that said Trent. And I said to Trent, you look like a Tupperware connoisseur. Where might I find some? And he walked me all the way to the other side of the store, right to the item I was looking for, and went on about his way. And I made a post because I was so pleased with Trent's customer service. He didn't have to walk across the store. He could have just told me where it was, but he didn't. That wasn't even an option for Trent. And anyway, the moral of the story is, be a Trent, don't be a Karen. And the comment on that was from Motley Rue, and it was just a couple smiley faces. But with that, everybody, we are caught up. It is awesome that everybody's leaving comments, and it's awesome that you all like watching these comment reply videos. I gotta have to start doing them more often because this one's almost a half hour. And I know you guys ain't gonna watch a half hour. I wouldn't watch a half hour. But leave me a comment and tell me how you think I should break them up. If you like these videos or if you think they're stupid and a waste of time or whatever, let me know. But that's going to do it for this one. We got to get on the road and get our butts to Teton National Park. There'll be a video out on that in a couple days. We got lots of videos. I'm trying to do one for you every day. But that's going to do it for this one. We'll see you on the next one. Keep on commenting.